Hi, and welcome back to the 7 C's to help to bring your ideas to life. A couple of years ago, I was thinking about something that really spurred me on to go for my ideas. A bad product in distribution is better than a good product in isolation. I'll say that again. A bad product in distribution is better than a good product in isolation. Now, there are loads of people that have fantastic products that they have in mind to create. But if nobody ever knows about it, then it's not any good to anyone. But there are products out there, so no matter how bad they are or no matter how good they are, they're still better than a product that nobody knows about. And in the same vein, a bad idea that is communicated is better than a good idea that is concealed. And so last week we began to talk about communication and how important it is to be able to communicate your ideas clearly, confidently, and with conviction. Today we're going to look at a couple more C's to help us to bring our ideas to life. And today we're going to be looking at community and also challenge. So let's start off with community. Now, it's very important that your idea needs to be born into some kind of community. So for instance, if you are a baker, you want to share your ideas within the baking community. It's important that your idea has a community that it gets life into. And you have to find the right community to circulate your ideas. There's no point being a baker and then you take your ideas to a cement factory or construction industry, for instance. It doesn't add up. Those ideas don't belong in that kind of community. So there is a community for your ideas to be born into. Now, I'll talk about two types of community. The first type of community is a community that helps to develop your idea. And then there's a second type of community, which is community that will use your idea. And those two communities are really important for you to circulate your idea with. So the community that helps to develop your idea is really important, and that community helps to test the feasibility of your idea. And then the second community, which is the community that will use your idea, they help to test the usability of your idea. Now, sometimes we get so stuck up with our ideas and we get so in love with our ideas that we don't see the wood from the trees. You like your idea so much, you think it's a great idea, but then nobody else does. So do you still pursue that idea that nobody is interested in? Or do you learn from that and move on to something else? And this is why it's so important to get your ideas out there as quickly as possible. After you've thought it through, it's important to get it out there and test it if it's going to be applicable to anybody. Last month, I was at a 2-day workshop on developing business models, and I was with one of the leading thinkers in the world on developing value propositions, in other words, ideas, products, and stuff like that. And he pointed out as one key thing where companies fail in the fact that they bring out products that the company feels is good, but has never been tested with what the users want. And so companies spend a lot of money developing these products that users are just not interested in. And so it's important that you develop your ideas, or that you circulate your ideas in two communities. Number one, the community that would develop that idea, but possibly more importantly, number two, the community that will use your idea. Now, if they're not interested in using the idea, I guess it's time to move on to something else, because there's no point spending the time, the resources, and the efforts to develop something that nobody's going to use. So find those two communities, the community that will develop the idea and the community that will use the idea. So the next thing I'll touch on is challenge. And our ideas need to be challenged. Sometimes that criticism or that challenge that comes to your idea helps you to develop it better. Sometimes it comes to just let you know that, well, maybe this idea is not as good as it could be. Or that challenge or criticism could come to help strengthen that idea and to make it better. But don't run away from challenge. Don't run away from putting your idea out there and letting people challenge it and ask you questions about it, because that helps you to make it better. From the background I come from, people don't like being challenged about anything at all. And, once the boss says something, or once the head of the family says something, or once the most senior person says something, then everyone wants to go with that because that was what was said and nobody wants to challenge it. And, sometimes people get quite offended when people challenge the ideas that they're bringing forward. I would say, why would you be upset about somebody challenging your idea? Because If you're able to answer all the questions to the challenge, then that just shows that your idea has been thought through and it's a good one. But then if you're not able to answer those questions, then maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. So we need challenge for our ideas so that our ideas are more robust. In the automotive industry, they spend time testing cars, taking them through rigorous tests, and one of the type of tests that they take the car through is to crash it. It's almost as if they're trying to destroy that car just to find out where the weak points are, so they can strengthen those points so that when that car goes into production, if it happens to be in some form of accident, it will save lives. And so you want the same rigorous testing for your ideas as well. So in terms of getting your ideas challenged, you need to get them challenged again within your community. Again, going back to those two communities: one, the community that would develop your idea, and two, the community that would use your idea. This is where the challenge should be coming from. It's not everybody on earth that should be challenging your ideas. It's those that can make it and those that can use it that should be challenging your ideas. And that's where you want to circulate your ideas. That's where you want to get feedback. That's where you want to get criticism from your idea from, so that you can refine that idea and then make it better. And by the time you take it back to those communities for development or for use, then the community is happy to develop it or to use it for you. So those are two more C's in helping you to bring your ideas to life. So C number 1 was communication, number 2 is community, and number 3 is challenge. I hope that's been helpful and useful to you. If it has been, please like the video and share it with as many people as you can. Have a good afternoon.